perhaps Vanguard players, and Marvel rivals. Welcome back to the channel that is the rivals equivalent of a failed restraining order. Our videos keep getting recommended to you whether you like it or not. Speaking of restraining orders, don't check the bushes behind your house. I know you've been playing Wolverine behind my back. Oh my god, would you look at that? We stream on Twitch. Wow, how interesting, quirky, and cool. Anyways, today, due to the request of quite literally one comment, I once again sell out my soul for content that brings you the very next installment in this series where we cover what kind of animal each of you are. Last time was duelists. Now we move on to my big beefy boys and girls, the Vanguards. Type 1, the prisoner. I relate to this being on a spiritual level. And if you've ever had to fill in ranked, you do too. This is the guy that sees that his team has 3 duelists and reluctantly understands his calling. Like a man who's clocking in to his 9 to 5 at the pain and suffering factory, imagine you join a lobby, lock in Magneto, and try to help out your team. Just get trash talked through the entire lobby because you're not, quote unquote, creating enough space. I swear the amount of actual homunculi I hear spout off this absolute nonsense is insane when I'm literally forced to do this to stand any chance of not wasting the precious time I have in between my torture sessions. Like, please, respect my sacrifice. I'm not paid by the hour. Now you can tell when the prisoners are reaching burnout. And burnout is when a prisoner has been forced to fill tank multiple games in a row and has a psychotic break after dying one too many times without getting healing. You'll hear them join voice chat and just say, you know what, y'all can figure it out, before he swaps to a 4th duelist. And honestly, you're a real one for that. And the tragedy is, sometimes the prisoner is actually a very good tank player, but because the team doesn't want to coordinate, he's forced to clock in to babysit 3 duelists that are all putting a solid 9 and 14 performance and blaming each other or the healers when all of it could have been alleviated by a second tank. Marvel Rivals quite literally did the stats on team comp percentages, guys. Y'all need to figure it out. Top picks for the prisoners are Magneto. Reliable, can hold down the fort and build it too. Your sacrifice does not go unnoticed. Doctor Strange. Can solo tank in certain circumstances and his ult can win a fight, but please God, heal me. Devil Dinosaur. Can also solo tank as long as your supports are awake or the enemy team doesn't choose Moon Knight, Punisher, Phoenix, Hela, Cyclops, Rocket Mantis, Atom, Penny, or Deadpool. But yeah, other than that, you should be good to go. Type number 2, the Circus Freak. These guys are not your average tank player. They do it for the love of the game. Their goal in life is to turn the enemy backline into a bounce house with many lawsuits. These people do not believe in frontlining. They don't even know where the lines are drawn. They also don't believe in standing still. Their version of tanking is entering the enemy team at Mach 6 and forcing everyone on both teams to deal with the repercussions. You look at the objective and they're gone. Where do they go? I don't know. You don't know either. Then 4 seconds later, Rocket is screaming while he helplessly watches some champion Hulk player juggle the enemy Luna through the air. And at that point, what really can you do besides take a deep breath while it goes in? A normal Vanguard creates space. The Circus Freak creates missing persons reports. Most of the time it works because strategists don't know how to heal each other. But then other times he jumps in and there's an Emma, a Rocket who remembers he owns a minigun, and Bubba. And I think we know what happens when Bubba shows up. Then somehow they're confused why Punisher has ult every team fight. Well, Mr. Tank Sir, you hand-delivered a buffet to him and didn't charge him for your time. Least you could do was ask for a tip, but then you have the gall to say, you know what, I could have won that if we had heals. You know what, man? I'm sure you could have. I'll be sure to escalate that complaint to the great Double G. The top picks for the Circus Freak are Hulk. Probably the most enjoyable tank to play when you enter flow state, but we both know there's a 50-50 chance of dying instantly whenever you ult. Venom. Yeah, you guys are 19 inches of pure freak. And you know what? I'm all about it. But the enemy supports, they're not. And that Emma, she's ready for you. Come flying in like a stealth bomber and, Angela. While not the most common, but dear God, getting tossed into the sky and manhandled by those dominant hands is definitely not something I would want. Type number 3, the Mother. This is not just a tank archetype. This is a frontline dominating spiritual presence. They pick up a tank and they start throwing hands at the very first person they see. They don't discriminate. The Mother puts everyone in check. They will hold up your entire team at the choke point and you swear you're fighting God. But no, it's just some angry mother with some weird hair. If you see a Rogue and an Emma walking toward the front line, yeah, you know what? Just start praying to God that you've got Phoenix in store that day. Because they're not leaving without their 2-for-1 specials. The Mother is not just named that for the thighs, though. No. They're like real mothers. They seem to have eyes in the back of their head at all times. Imagine you get into a game, decide to run an off angle on the enemy backline, and you see the Rogue posted up in the doorframe. Like, first off, how did you know I was here? I would move very quietly, and second off, why aren't you on point, and why is my team already dead? The one downside of the mothers is domination points. Since the top picks are mostly non-shield characters, there isn't as many great places to duke it out without getting absolutely shelled in the face by poke characters. And regardless, my team still somehow finds a way to get rolled by them every time. The top mommy picks are Rogue. I swear, if you get a decent Rogue player on your team, it feels like they can do no wrong. They're going to cover flanks, counter dives, and treat the enemy frontline like they've got a bad grade in high school. Emma. While she does have a shield, she has the same aura as Rogue. You get a little too antsy and you just see her go all shiny, and then she just sort of gets you, you know? Angela. Nothing is more humiliating than getting picked up, beat up in front of everybody, and then thrown to the curb as she flies away. Type number 4, the Hall Monitor. Everyone loves the Hall Monitor on their team. They are a pain in the cheeks to deal with. These are the players that make it their job to make sure everyone is playing in Guang Guang's Wonderland safely. Moving a little too fast, Spider-Man? Oh, not today, sir. Is that a Black Panther I see? Nuh-uh. Now, the funny thing about these players is usually they aren't even doing anything fancy. They just pick one job and hold it down. Yet in lower ranks, a penny standing still behind a small box has become an unkillable bastion of the point. The Hall Monitors are probably some of the chillest people in the lobby. I swear these guys see their supports die in like 0.3 seconds of walking out of spawn and immediately just hit the fattest bong rip and get to work. Like seriously, not only do they counter the jerks on the enemy team, but they counter the absolute animals on my team. The one downside of these players is that sometimes they're a little bit too chill. Like we'll have some games against decent players who are cooking and just be like, man, I mean, it be what it be, you know what I'm saying? GG's, brother, we go next. Like my brother in Christ, you played Penny into Moon Knight Phoenix. What did you expect to happen? You weren't tanking, you were simulating Boromir's death for 15 minutes. I'm still not over his death. But maybe if you swapped to Mag, he would still be with us today. Top picks for the Hall Monitor are The Thing. I feel like it's fairly self-explanatory. Like if you think you can schmoove, he's taking your kneecaps. Magneto, bubbling my supports and dunking on people whilst sipping on a Baja Blast at 2 a.m. has to be one of my favorite pastimes. I live a very sad life. Penny, like why? Why can't my DPS just shoot the nest? Like guys, please, I can't lose another game to an inanimate object. In fact, I take that back. Take away 5 of my teammates, give me 5 penny nests. I will be immortal. Type number 5, Kyle. These guys are the guys who make it their mission to get as much punch time as possible, in and out of games. They lace their pure white monster with tequila for the tang, locked in Thor, and then proceeded to 1v1 the enemy duelist on cooldown. This funny creature is the epitome of what happens when determination meets willpower. I've never met one that I didn't think would do well, but also definitely has a rap sheet of domestic abuse. The Kyle is definitely the life and energy of the lobby. If things are going great, he's going to be singing Creed while ulting down the enemy Luna. But if things are going bad, he's the first one in chat to put his own duelists on blast. Like, don't think you're slick with that 2 and 14 Moon Knight, bucko. I see you. The main downside to Kyle is that he sticks to his few characters and focuses on pure beatdown. So, if Thor is his boy and the enemy team locks in Phoenix, you'd better hope to God that Phoenix is bad or finds a way to get rid of her because he ain't swapping. Like a redneck watching his favorite NASCAR driver turn left for the 400th time, Kyle is a loyal man, and he's in it for the thrills. The top picks for Kyle are Thor. I mean, seriously, I will see these people run halfway across the map just to throw hands with any enemy duelist that pops up. Venom. While not exactly throwing hands, you will be throwing it back for the homies and dropping 19 inches on every support they see. These Kyles are some of my favorites, for no apparent reason. Captain America. The Freedom Boy enjoyers are the peak of Kyle culture. Like George Washington once said during the Revolutionary War, these are difficult times, but hard times make harder men. And I like hard men. Duty requires sacrifice. But if I hear "Run Fox Run" one more time as this stupid Korean lady jumps over my forehead and sees me for 5,000 years, I'm going to lose my mind. And that's the 5 types of tank mains. Yeah, I'm one of them. Can you guess which one? I definitely didn't give it away in the very beginning. Also, be sure to hate your local Wolverine player. It feeds me. Wolverine burned down 14 orphanages in 1938.